Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we answer the tough questions like, can I smoke scallops on my Ninja Woodfire Grill? And why couldn't a scallop call its mother? That second one's easy, because it lost its shell phone. First off, I want to thank Wildfork Foods for providing the scallops for this recipe. Guys, check out Wildfork Foods. Amazing. If you have one local to you, go there. If you don't, you can order online. These are some jumbo sea scallops, and they will work perfectly for this. This could be an appetizer, this could be a main dish if you serve it with a pasta or something else. We're just gonna smoke some scallops, because I want some scallops. To do that, let's set up our Woodfire Grill. For this recipe, you are going to need the flat top and your air fry basket. Set these up in the wood fire. Grab your pellet hopper and fill it to the top. The old unit's the igniter's on the top. The new unit's on the side, but I still think it's just a good idea to fill it to the top. Better chance at getting good ignition. Take it, hold it in your hand. Shake it from side to side. That is the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing and just makes me feel like it burns better. I still do it every time.
I totally lied. Don't put the air fry basket in there. We need it. Set your wood fire to smoker, cold smoke, and 1 hour.
I'm using some applewood pellets. You can use whatever pellet you like. It is now time to prep the scallops, and this is super simple. Get yourself some paper towels. Grab your nice, thick, meaty scallops, and we're gonna dry them out. Mine are still slightly frozen, some of them, but this is gonna be absolutely fine. More paper towels, and we are just going to dry these off as much as possible. Get any loose ice off them and into your air fry basket. This isn't as important as if we were going to sear them right away, because this moisture would just be terrible for a sear, but these are gonna get smoked for an hour, so it won't be as big a deal if they're a little moist, but do your best job. Arrange them in there, something like that. At this point, we're gonna hit them up with a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. This is a pepper mix that I'm using: green peppers, pink peppers, and black pepper. And a dusting of go. This is granulated onion, granulated garlic, and a touch of MSG. Flip them over. I would suggest going light with the salt, because we can always add salt later. You do not want them to be too salty. And that's it. These are gonna go on the smoker. To go with the scallops, we are gonna make a brown butter, lemon, garlic, basil sauce. Sounds very fancy, but is super easy to make. To a cold pan, you're gonna add 6 cloves of minced garlic and 1 stick or 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And then we're gonna turn it to a medium-low heat. Let the butter melt, the garlic infuse the butter. We're looking for a light brown color on the butter and the garlic to just start toasting a little bit. We don't want too much color on that garlic, and you definitely wanna watch it so you do not burn your garlic. Burnt garlic tastes terrible. If you need to err on the side of something, err on lower heat, then higher heat. We are waiting for the butter to stop foaming and everything to get a light brown color. We are almost there. We are gonna add in 3 basil leaves and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then we're gonna cut the heat.
At this point, it's gonna go fast. It's gonna foam, it's gonna get crazy, and the butter and the garlic is gonna brown very quickly. It's gonna go from one color to brown super fast. You can even pick it up off the heat if you need to. Whisk continuously. This took about a minute for mine, and then you are done.
Hit it up with a little bit of salt, maybe a teaspoon. And some pepper. Our garlic got perfectly browned. The basil's getting some infusion going in there. That looks perfect to me. And then brown butter, lemon, basil, garlic sauce. We have been under cold smoke for about an hour. It is time to go ahead and take a look at the scallops and see what temp they're at. That is going to determine our next step. I would say these look pretty good. We have done two things in this cold smoke. We have added some smoke flavor and we've dried them out a little, which should help our sear process. But what I need to know is what temp are they so I can determine how hot we're going to make our griddle pan coming up. They are reading about 92 degrees Fahrenheit. They are very close. Our target temp to take these off the heat and let them rest is 120 degrees Fahrenheit to get us to about 130, 135 max for the final temperature after they rest. So I'm gonna go with high heat on the griddle.
Set your wood fire to grill, high. Time doesn't really matter, and you don't have to hit the wood fire button.
We're gonna let these sit here while that grill preheats. We want that pan ripping hot because we are very close to our final temp. So we wanna get a good crust and a good sear on these in the short amount of time that we're gonna have them on the griddle. See you in a few minutes. It's go time. Time to sear these suckers.
To your griddle, add a good amount of avocado oil or a high heat oil. Spread it around and just let it heat up for like 20 seconds. Now, put your scallops on. Just try to do as many as fit neatly. Don't overcrowd it because you don't want to soak up all of the heat of the griddle. You want to kind of keep it hot. You can do these in stages if you want. Just get them all on there. And after they're on there, you're going to want to press them down a little bit. Put a little bit of pressure on them. Do that for each scallop. That's going to help get really good contact and get you a nice even sear all over. It took about 30 seconds or so before I ended up flipping these. I did speed this up a little bit so you guys didn't have to wait around for the whole time. It's just scallops sizzling on a plate. After I flipped them all, I went and temped them. I wasn't sure where they were going to be. Scallops are very finicky. You really want to nail this temp. You don't want to go over because then they'll become rubbery, and you don't want them under because then they're raw and they're not really tasty. So whipped out my trusty Thermapen and just kind of gave them a quick little temp to figure out where they were at. These were probably in like the 110, 115 at this point, so they needed a little bit more time. All I did was kind of move them around the griddle, flipping them every once in a while so they didn't burn, but yet they got the heat they needed to become finished. I think in total it was only about 3 minutes for the entire cook process.
And there you go. Amazing looking scallops. The sear on that is fantastic. The XL has no problem getting up to its claimed 500 degrees. I never could get my old one, the smaller unit, to 500 degrees on a grill setting. The XL gets above 500 if you let it sit there. Let's go ahead and cut one of these bad boys down the center. A little bit of that brown butter sauce. Oh man, that is fantastic. I would maybe add an extra sprinkle of salt right here at the end. They could use a tiny bit of salt, but man, tender. I'm getting that smoky flavor, that brown butter garlic sauce with a little hint of lemon and the acid in there. Fantastic. Nailed the temp on the scallops. Little extra salt and a touch of lemon juice. Oh, brightens everything up. The salt brings out the flavor. Amazing. If you want to try to cook this recipe and want an easy to follow printable version, dadgotthis.com. That's my website. All my recipes should be on there. If they're not on there, please let me know and I will work to get one up. I've been trying to get them all up there, but I'm a one-man show. Speaking of being a one-man show, if you want to support this channel, please do the likey subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Members get behind the scenes access, special shout outs, producer credits at the end of the videos, and it really helps me out. I even do the odd giveaway. Well, we definitely know how to cook the perfect scallop using the Ninja Woodfire. So that only leaves one question to answer. Where did the scallop go to borrow money? The prawn shop. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook amazing scallops on his Ninja Woodfire, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.